Hi, I'm Ben Province and welcome to Show Me the Music. On today's show, we'll feature a jam-packed lineup of guests and we'll recap LouFest.
In its 6th year, the festival reached record attendance as 50,000 concertgoers walked through the gates. LouFest has made its name by bringing in some of the biggest names in music today, and this year was no different. Hozier headlined the show Saturday, while the Avett Brothers got top billing on Sunday. Other household names included Billy Idol, and artist Earl Burrows singer Mark Watrous holds in high regard.
He's sort of transcended like the idea that age, being under a certain age makes you relevant. He's always going to be relevant. He's always going to be amazing, and I want to hug the man because I love Billy Idol.
Very cool, and as Billy Idol would probably say, it's a nice day for LouFest. It's a nice day too.
For a wedding.
Start again?
Very good. Thank you, guys.
For more on Earl Burrows, check out their website at earlburrows.com. And of course, it wouldn't be LouFest without St. Louis ties. Local radio stations like Now 96.3 were on hand, as well as St. Louis acts like Pokey Lafarge. Fellow local musician, American Wrestlers frontman Gary McClure, caught up with me at the festival.
You played earlier today. What was that experience like?
It was surprisingly amazing. There was, I had a lot of trepidation because of the time slot, and it's not the main stage. But
good exposure.
Hundreds of people turned up, and they loved it. And we played maybe the best we've ever played, and yeah, it was incredible.
And of course, you're native to the UK, but you call St. Louis your home. What brought you to the city?
My wife brought me here. She lives here, and so now I kind of have to. We got married, and while I was waiting for my green card, I couldn't work, so I wrote some songs, recorded them on a Tascam 8-track cassette recorder, and sent them out to some blogs. And the next week, about 9 or 10 record labels got in touch, and Fat Possum, fortunately, decided to put it out, and it's all been uphill since then.
Great, and that's your self-titled full-length album. Where can people go and pick that up?
You can buy it from all good record shops, fatpossum.com. You can come and see one of our shows. I would recommend that.
Great, and what do you love about being a part of the St. Louis music scene?
You've got a lot of great musicians, and they always help each other out. Manchester, England, where I moved here from, not so many good bands, not so many good venues. At the moment, anyway, or when I left. Maybe it's changed now. And it's more competitive there. Here it's, everyone's kind of together. They want to create something for everyone rather than just for themselves.
Where can people go to follow you online and keep up with American Wrestlers?
Facebook, American Wrestlers. If you Google it, it can bring up a lot of stuff like The Ultimate Warrior. Twitter at American Wrestle. Instagram is American Wrestlers. I think that's it.
Well, thanks so much for taking some time out.
Thank you, sir.
Also representing the St. Louis area at LouFest was the band Clockwork.
My legs can carry me at last. Rage boils in my blood. When control is something out of reach, I lose my feet, I can't even run. So I can't go. I should know we'll be alright.
And joining me now are the guys from Clockwork. Guys, how's LouFest been so far?
LouFest has been awesome, man. Thank you very much. We're excited to be here, and it's been an incredible, weekend. That'd be what it is. It's been an incredible weekend.
We feel like a real band. Like, it feels like we're kind of a band for once.
For once?
For once.
Well, usually we don't get cool backstage passes and free food and all that kind of stuff. So now we're like on the backstage with Ludacris, and like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. It was cool. Like over this last year and a half, 2 years, we've been doing a lot of touring around the United States, and so going from just club venues to doing a lot of these festivals this past summer especially has been super cool. And now doing one in our hometown in St. Louis, home city, it's just really cool.
Yeah.
And this isn't the first time you guys have played LouFest. How have you seen the festival evolve?
It's actually been really cool. The first year that we played here, there were only 2 stages and then the K stage, and they were only about maybe a football field and a half apart from each other. It was a much smaller event, still really cool. I mean, I met one of my new favorite bands, Fanagram, here that year, and that was awesome. But I mean, that's one cool thing that I think LouFest has done for St. Louis. They're bringing in bands that I think a lot of St. Louisans haven't been exposed to, which is really, really cool. And even this year, I found a lot of bands that I know I'm going to keep following up with, like Jessica Hernandez. Now this year, it was really cool to see the response even that we got when we performed yesterday at 2 o'clock. We had a crazy amount of support come through and see us. It was awesome.
It's been a learning experience, especially too. It's we've played a lot of festivals this year, but I think this is probably one of my favorite. Like Jordan said, LouFest really focuses on bringing underdogs up to the scene. It's cool when you see a festival bring so many people and so many new bands. Because I mean, me speaking for myself, I haven't known like half these bands, and I've loved every single one I've seen so far. I haven't seen a band yet that I was like, no. So I mean, it's been fun.
It's been cool.
How honored are you guys to get to represent St. Louis's music scene? Because you guys, of course, are from here.
Man, it felt really good when LouFest actually reached out to our agency and asked us to play. Like I think we were all in disbelief because this is a really cool festival, and I mean it's hard to get into. It's a small lineup and a lot of really good bands. So for us to almost be next to some of those bands, I still don't believe it. It feels weird.
I think it feels great. I'm really excited and honored to be representing St. Louis, and I don't know. I hope that we did them proud. Did them proud.
I don't know
Is
if
that
did
a
'em
thing?
proud is a thing.
Did them proud.
I think it's a thing.
Is it a thing?
I think
It just sounds
I
funny.
feel like you're like mixing 2 things. Made them proud and did it. I don't know.
I'm gonna
what
do
did
you
'em
proud,
is.
Pop. I'm gonna do you proud.
And you guys have a new record out?
We do, yes. We've got this record that we're touring on right now and playing shows on, I guess. Touring on, I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, it's called Not Meant for the Dark, and we released that this past December, and we're really proud of it. It's everything that we've poured our hearts and soul to up to this point. And now, I mean, we've just learned so much through the record-making process and just learning how to, I guess, fine-tune our art.
Great. And where can people check you out online?
You can check us out online at clockworkmusic.net, and that'll give you a link to everything that we have stuff on: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. Our YouTube channel is pretty funny, so you can check out how we dress like Napoleon Dynamite there.
Very cool. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us, man.
I can't go. I should know. Be alright.
My next guest is the frontwoman of a band whose music can be classified as Gulf Coast soul. Cam Franklin leads the musically eclectic band The Suffers, a Texas group that made its first St. Louis appearance during LouFest. And joining me now is Cam Franklin of The Suffers. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
How's LouFest been treating you so far?
LouFest has been really, really great. We played a really fun show earlier today, and it was our first St. Louis show, so we're excited to check that one off the bucket list. But yeah, no, it's been great. The weather's beautiful. Very happy to be here.
And you guys are no stranger to the festival circuit. How does this compare with some of the previous festivals you've played?
I think it's laid out very well. I like that there's no overlap. It's also really nice. The weather's great, but you can tell that everybody's having a really good time, and I think it's really cool that they do this here. A lot of other smaller cities aren't as lucky to have such a major festival roll through, and so I think the people of St. Louis should be very honored and proud to have this.
And you all released an EP earlier this year. Tell me all about it.
Yes, we did. It's called Make Some Room. It's a 4-song EP, and we released it this past January, and so we've been touring pretty hard to promote that. And right now we're getting ready to release our full length, which will be out in February.
Great. And 10-piece band, right?
10-piece band, 15-passenger van with a trailer, just touring the nation together.
So when I think of a band with a lot of members, multi-ethnic, I think Sly and the Family Stone. Do you guys get that comparison a lot?
No, actually, that's the first time I've heard that, but that's definitely a really good comparison. We get everything from, Chicago to Sharon Jones to Shaka Khan. It's always really fun to hear what other people feel we remind them of. So, yeah.
What do you guys remind you of?
Just energy. Like, like we're also influenced by so many different things, from, gospel to cumbia to deep, 70s Jamaican music. But, I feel like we're inspired by each other because we've all come from so many different, unique musical backgrounds that, to chase this dream together, we can't help but just admire that we have somebody on our side, not to mention 9 other people that just truly believe in this dream. So it's really cool.
And the name Suffers, can I ask where that came from?
The Suffers is a reference to a 70s Jamaican movie called The Rockers. And in the movie, the artists that are in the film they refer to themselves as the sufferers because the record labels are taking all their money and not really returning any type of benefit to them. So they're putting their passion out and their art out, but not getting any type of return.
Have you had an experience like that?
No, we're not signed, so we haven't really had to see the bad side of it, but we had gotten to struggle for sure. 10 people out on the road trying to make it is kind of insane, but it's a challenge that we've readily accepted. So
Great. Well, an unsigned band playing the David Letterman show is pretty huge. What was that like?
It was really undescribable. I know how amazing that opportunity is to someone on the outside, but to be there, we don't really remember the performance itself because I think we were just so caught up in the moment, but it was definitely just everything you could probably imagine it would be. It was really wonderful.
Great. And where can people find you online?
They can find us at www.thesuffers.com. All of our, social media is at The Suffers, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. Right now, we're actually in the middle of a Kickstarter campaign to raise money for the marketing for the record, and we're about 75% funded, and we're only 10 days in. The goal itself is $50,000. We've raised $38,000 so far, which is really cool. But if you go to www.ilovethesuffers.com, there's going to be all the information that you could ever imagine there, as well as a pre-sale link for the next album. So,
and can you talk about some of the advantages of crowdfunding, like using a Kickstarter like that?
It allows you to chase a goal that you never thought you would be able to attain, but you're being supported by people that just love you and believe in what you're doing. So far, we've had over 350 backers that really, really are just getting behind what we're doing, and that's a feeling of just overall joy, and just it makes you just feel like what we're doing is right, and it's awesome.
And what kind of general advice would you give to a band, just starting out?
Don't stop. When you feel like you should stop, keep going, because eventually everybody that you think is better than you will give up. So don't stop.
Don't give up. That's good advice in life in general. Well, thank you, Cam, so much.
Thank you so much for having me. This is great.
Absolutely. And you're watching Show Me the Music. As 1 year of LouFest ends, the planning for next year's festival begins. To stay in the know, visit LouFest.com to sign up for the festival's e-list. Well, that'll do it for today's show. I want to give a big thank you to all my guests, members of Earl Burrows, American Wrestlers, Clockwork, and of course, The Suffers. I also want to send shout outs to C3 Productions, Fresh and Clean Media, and now 96.3. And as always, my name is Ben Province, and I'm asking you to show me the music.